What is up, high tide traders and investors? It's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community. Today is Tuesday, April 2nd. Hope you're doing awesome. And in this video, we're going to bring up high tide. We'll take a look at the HITI chart on the NASDAQ, and we'll do some technical analysis. I'll give my thoughts and opinions on the price action in the days, weeks, months ahead. But spoiler alert, it's looking really good at the moment, and we're very, very close to confirming a monthly uptrend, which would arguably be the first time in history that we had that. There was another instance where it was a slight higher low and higher high, but wasn't much of a pivot. And I would argue that this is the first legitimate monthly uptrend. And I do think that $3 to $4 USD price is very close. I think it's just around the corner. I think it could happen in a matter of weeks, maybe a couple months at the most. So it's looking really, really good. There's a few other things that are happening for the first time in history as well, so we're going to take a look at all of that and more. Before we do, though, make sure to smash like. It helps support me in the channel. Share the video with anybody that might find value. And if you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff, and you'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. Also, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Never buy or sell anything based on anything that I say. Also, you can follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. The handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. And as a thank you to the community and in celebration of 420, Germany going legal, and Florida adult use being on the ballot in 2024, which I posted a video on yesterday, I'm going to be giving away a membership, an annual gold membership to the Power Group private community, and that's valued at $150. The giveaway will take place on 420, Saturday, April 20th. I'll go live and I'll do a random comment picker and I'll announce the winner. All you have to do is just go to the YouTube channel, go to the community tab, scroll down here, and then expand this, click on this video right here. And then it's the interview with CEO John Keeper of Nevis Brands that I posted about 5 days ago. And all you have to do is just drop a comment there and I will pick a random comment, currently sitting at 39 comments. So thank you everybody who has entered, and good luck to all. Taking a look at the high tide chart here on the NASDAQ. So we did have a 15-minute bull flag that confirmed. And if we take our measured move here from the low to the high, move it out to our 0.32 fib, that gives us a measured move of about $2.30, which, if you're wondering, that sounds like an important level. Well, then you would be correct, because on the monthly time frame, if we zoom out, that is the level to break in order to confirm the first ever monthly uptrend. So we have our low here at 103, high of the bounce at 230, higher low at 114. So that 114 is a higher low compared to 103. Now we're gearing up for the higher high. What is an uptrend? Higher lows and higher highs. What is a downtrend? Lower highs and lower lows. So here, high, low, lower high, and lower low. So in this month here, in October 2021, we confirmed a monthly downtrend. Price closed at $5.46, went all the way down to $1. Now we're gearing up for the flip side of that, where we're seeing a monthly uptrend confirm. And this arguably could be the first in history. Back here in 2021, we had that run up and the Dems took control of the Senate. You can see here we had our low there at 65 cents essentially, high the bounce at 248, and then we had the low there at 154, and then we hit 147. So it was only a few pennies, not enough of a pivot and higher low in my opinion, but we still saw massive price appreciation because the whole sector went. And even TrueLeaf hit brand new all-time highs and didn't confirm a monthly uptrend. It's not, a prerequisite. It's not a must happen type of scenario. Like, you don't have to be in a monthly uptrend to hit new all-time highs. It's just, it's that much more bullish, and we're that much more confident in a long-term bottom being set when one by one, names in the industry are starting to confirm monthly uptrends. And again, if you go to the community tab and scroll down, I've already posted I posted on X as well. So if you're followed over on X on Twitter, you can get all of this up-to-date information as well. But I said current monthly uptrends. This was over a month ago. CureLeaf, AOR, Green Thumb, TrueLeaf, MSOS, IPR, Verano, TerraSend, C21, Grown Rogue, Nova MJ. And recently I did videos on VFF and Cron. They just confirmed monthly uptrends. And I said in a few of my videos now over the past few days that I believe that high tide and SNDL would be the next ones to confirm monthly uptrends because of the lack of resistance, and only a small percentage having to go before confirming that monthly uptrend. So like I said, high tide is now testing after hours 230. So we're right on that key resistance here after hours. And then if you bring up SNDL, it has its low, high, higher low, looking for the higher high. So 236 is the level on on SNDL, and then high tide is right at that resistance here after hours. So we could even do so after hours, get that follow through into tomorrow, and then we have no resistance on the price action on the monthly time frame until 589 or $5 psychological. So this could easily be up at $3-4 in a hurry. If we take a look at the weekly time frame as well, we're seeing a bull cross of the stochastic and the MACD starting to blast off and go parabolic into space as well, looking fantastic. All systems go back above the 10-week moving average. and we're back above all of our weekly moving averages except the 200. So a lot of our names are starting to get back to their 200 moving average, 200 weekly moving average. Look at GTBIF coming within about $1, $1.50 within its 200 weekly moving average, and we're gearing up for a weekly 150 bull cross and a potential 200 weekly bull cross. So if we just bring up high tide again, if we were to get back to our 200 weekly, that would put us around 332. So I think $3, $4 is in the cards over the next several weeks, couple of months. Very doable. We have rescheduling imminent. We have safe banking more than likely going to get passed this year. Germany coming online, Florida on the ballot. I think that's pretty much a done deal. I think it's going to be, easily get the 60% required votes, and then it'll get enacted at some point in the summer of 2025. Doesn't have any immediate benefit to high tide, but as we know, high tide will benefit from Germany. They're doubling their store count in Ontario from 75 to 150, so they got a lot of work to do there. They can still expand. They said they could still do with more stores here in Alberta, and they have yet to expand to Atlantic Canada either. So once Germany comes online, Pillar 2, which should be in the next year or so, then high tide's going to benefit tremendously for that. So really, if you're a high tide investor, and if you're high tide, you're like, okay, the U.S. can drag its feet a little bit longer because we still got lots of work to do here in our own backyard, right? Doubling our store count in Ontario, expanding, in BC and Alberta, and then to the east coast of Canada. Then, in a year or so, they're going to be tackling Germany. So it's almost in their best interest for the U.S. to just kind of drag their feet a little bit longer, and then they can get that all out of the way, right? And then focus on the U.S. But, simultaneously, they can do it all. It's just going to be, a juggling act, right? But overall, it's never been a better time to be an MJ investor, and especially a high tide investor. One of the fastest growing companies in Canada, and really in North America. And like I said, I'm super bullish on this. This is the largest non-franchised retailer. It's basically the Costco of MJ, and I could easily see us back up to around that $3-4 USD in a very short period of time here. We also had a 50-day moving average and 200-day moving average golden cross. That has only ever happened before this time once in history. So you can see here it happened in 2020. When that occurred, price went from about $2 all the way up to $13. Then we had the death cross with the 50-day above the 200-day moving average. That cross price went from about $6.76 down to $1. Now we're gearing up. Like I said, we just had this second golden cross in history, and we're above all of our daily moving averages. We're above 2 out of our 3 major weekly moving average resistances. So like I said, we can get over that 332. We're easily heading up to $4 or $5 in a very short period of time, and we can get FOMO, if you're missing out, really start to kick in, and the hype train back in full force. And we're gearing up as well for the first ever monthly EMA 12 and 26 bull cross. Look how close we are. EMA 12 is at 182 and EMA 26 is at 218. So we're very close to seeing that monthly EMA 12 and 26 bull cross. That's the first time in history, but the last time we had a bear cross, the EMA 12 was above the EMA 26. So when the shorter term is above the longer term, it's on the monthly time frame. It's even more impactful. So whether it be a bear cross or a bull cross, if it's a bear cross, we can expect a lot more downside because it's a monthly time frame moving average, and it takes longer to establish and play out. Whereas on the flip side, if it's a bull cross, we can expect significant upside because it's on the monthly time frame, right? If you're on the daily time frame and you see, a bull cross, which we just did, you can see, 30% of upside, which we did, right? Which would be, kind of normal. But on the monthly time frame, when we have a monthly EMA 12 and 26 bull cross, that could be like 100 or 200% of upside because of that longer drawn out time frame, right? And it's only ever happened, a bear cross once in history before this on the NASDAQ, and then we're gearing up for the first ever bull cross. So this is looking fantastic. Like I said, I would be very surprised if we're not at $3 or $4 in the next few weeks. We have rescheduling. We have the MJ Act up for review here in Canada. We could see edibles go from 10 milligram to 100 milligram, which will only help combat the illicit market, convert those consumers over to the legal market. That's only going to benefit high tide, doubling their store count in Ontario, expanding to the rest of Canada, continuing to build out existing markets, and then also excise tax. Can't forget that. April 16th is the federal budget in Canada. Keep an eye out, save the date for April 16th, because we could see excise tax switch from a flat fee to a percentage fee, and this could add tens of millions of dollars to these companies' bottom lines, and could instantly turn these companies profitable. And it's not a coincidence we're seeing tax breaks in Canada with regards to excise taxes at the same time we're getting rescheduling, more than likely at some point in the next month or so. I think it's going to happen before the end of April, and then that'll remove 280E after the 60-day comment period, and it gets enacted, maybe the end of 2024 or beginning of 2025. Schedule 3 gets enacted, and then 280E goes away. Not a coincidence that all this is happening at the same time in Canada, excise tax as well. And then after that, I think we're going to get safe banking. We'll see uplist into the NYSE and the NASDAQ. It'll be a multi-year bull market. And then after we get uplisted to the NYSE and the NASDAQ, then we're going to get full-blown legalization, more than likely in form of descheduling like Germany just did and Canada did. I don't think Congress is going to pass legislation. Maybe they will. I could be wrong, but I think the most likely scenario is we get rescheduling to Schedule 3. They take a crawl, walk, run approach, incremental approach. Then they uplist to the NYSE and the NASDAQ. We get the Wall Street banks, the manipulators positioned. Nothing happens in the world without the JP Morgans, the Goldman Sachs, the Morgan Stanleys. So we get them positioned. Then we get full-blown legalization, and descheduling is what I think is the most likely scenario. But this is looking fantastic. I'm excited. Smash the like if you're excited. Going in it there. It's Rod with Pow Group. Thanks again for joining us in the Pursuit of Wealth. Let me know what you think of this analysis. Do you think we're going to be at $3 to $4? And like I said, we could realistically see the monthly uptrend confirm here after hours and into tomorrow. And very high. We want to see it during regular trading hours. I don't really pay attention to after hours too much because volume dries up. And we want to see. We want to see that follow through as well. We don't want to get, a couple pennies above it. We want to get, 5-10+% above it, get that follow through, and then see, more than likely some sort of FOMO start to happen. Because believe you me, once we start to see, names run after a 90+% pull down, look at CGC, right? Up like 300% in a week or a little over a week or something like that. So it'll happen. Don't worry. Just got to be patient. That's the name of the game in MJ right now, is to remain patient. And I'm just dollar cost averaging, buying the dips. And, having a long-term account and a shorter-term account as well really helps with the FOMO. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. We'll continue the conversation there. Have a great night. We'll see you again on the next video.